I think the primary concerns were whether there is an impact to the oil production, there is an impact to the oil processing, or whether there's an impact to the exports in itself from the kingdom. So far, we haven't seen any major decline in terms of either the production or the export volumes coming out of the kingdom as such. But I'm guessing it's not something that's going to happen overnight or that's going to have an impact overnight. It's going to take a few days or even weeks before we actually see the numbers reflecting the actual impact of the incident. Right now, it's everyone knows there has been an attack that's happened, and everyone knows there is some kind of a suspension, some kind of volume that's been taken off the market. But the actual extent of the impact is still unknown. And even the Saudi Energy Minister, they have said they will respond within 48 hours to declare what has been the extent of damage. And that extent, what will be announced, is what is going to determine whether the disruption is a short-term or a long-term impact to the overall market. If it's a short-term impact, then, like we said, we don't see too much of a swing or an impact in terms of the overall oil market in itself, because right now it's more of a demand-driven market than a supply-driven market. Most of the oil exports from Saudi is expected to be not impacted because some of the volumes are going to be shipped out from their strategic reserves or from the storage in order to maintain the flow of oil that has been promised to their clients or promised to the customers. And but this cannot be going on an ongoing basis if the plant is going on a long-term shutdown. So if that is the case, then they will have to at some point take a call to cut down their exports in order to not deplete their strategic reserves or their inventories until the time the processing plant comes back into operation, and that's when they can again go back and ramp up to their previous exported levels. Saudi Arabia in general, at least the production of oil from Saudi Arabia, as per the last survey that we had done, for the production, they generated about 9.63 million barrels per day of crude, and of which about 5.7 has been announced that it has been suspended as of now, which means roughly 60% of the country's production has been suspended as of now. And that is a huge volume when you speak of that's about 60% of the Saudi production. And when you talk about the global production, that's almost more than 5% of the global oil production.